All right, it's the same story, different day. Adversity hits, Ole Miss kind of wilts and does not respond well to that pressure. Mississippi State is kind of running away with this at the moment. We have three pretty good guys. It'd be fine if they could play 40 minutes at a time. But whenever they come out of the game, there's a lot of problems. Anyway, this is the post-game pod right here on the Locked On Ole Miss podcast.
You are Locked On Ole Miss, your daily podcast on the Ole Miss Rebels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome to the post-game pod on the Locked On Ole Miss podcast right here. Mississippi State is about to close out this game, have a significant lead. I think they're up by 16 at the moment. It's the same movie over and over and over again with this team. But first, I do want to tell you about Built Bar. Built Bar, it's the new year, and that means New Year's resolutions. If yours is about getting fit or eating healthier, make sure you include Built Bar in your plan. Built Bar is a protein bar that tastes like a candy bar, maybe even better than a candy bar. Built Bar makes it easier for you to stick to your resolution because it tastes so good you'll want to eat it. Unlike other protein bars, which can be chalky or toxic spill-like. You want to eat healthy, but it just gets so boring. So by week 3, you're thinking this just is not working. Where's the chocolate? Built Bars are 100% real chocolate. So here's an idea for the new year. Go to all your secret stashes of treats at home, in the pantry, in the office, in the car, wherever. Throw out all of the sugary, calorie-filled treats and replace them with a Built Bar. So when you're craving a snack or treat, you can reach for something that is healthy and tastes incredible. There's so many flavors to choose from as well. There's coconut almond, peanut butter brownie, raspberry, cookies and cream, salted caramel, mint brownie. I mean, a bunch of stuff out there. Built is always coming up with new limited time flavors. So check it out, Built.com often. So go to Built.com, use offer code LOCKED15 and get 15% off of your order. Use promo code LOCKED15 for 15% off at Built.com. Also, thanks for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen every day. We are free and available on all platforms, including YouTube. Do us a favor, hit subscribe, hit the bell, give us a check, upvote, and we'd appreciate it here at the Locked On Ole Miss podcast. Thank you very much. So, we watched this game and everything set up and everything was going fine. You had Matthew Murrell doing his thing. You had Deshaun Ruffin doing his thing. You had Jamin Brakefield doing his thing. There's a disconnect past those three. Those three are excellent players. That's a fantastic nucleus. And be aware, the only way to get out of this is through. You have to learn how to play under adversity. You have to learn to kill runs. But right now, Mississippi State's up by 16, went on a 15-0 run when Matthew Murrell got his fourth foul with 10 minutes to go in the second half, and there was no offensive production. The team completely dysfunctioned. So they're fine when Ruffin, Murrell, and Brakefield are on the floor at the same time. When one of them have to come off, they're a different team. Also, Nasir Brooks did not play a particularly good game. He's kind of getting bullied a little bit. He's not playing his size, and that is concerning. But it's one of those things. It is what it is, I guess. So, yeah, they just had a 3. This is going to end up being a 20-point game, a blowout city. Ole Miss plays Florida on Monday. I wouldn't anticipate this getting any better. There is a potential for an Andy Kennedy's last year to really overtake this basketball team. They just don't have dudes. That's the problem. They just don't have dudes. And because of that, whenever there's a substitution, there's a severe drop-off in play. Why aren't they playing the young guys? Why didn't Eric Vanderheiden and Grant Slatton get to play a little bit today? I don't understand that at all. This is a group of guys that are playing right now that have obviously shown that they cannot do it, that they are not made for it. They're, whatever you want to say, they just have trouble with it, that part of the game. So why not play these young guys? Where's James White in this game? Where the other freshman? I just don't understand. The people that are on the floor are proving right now that they can't do it. This team obviously misses Jarkel Joyner. Austin Crowley is not 100%. And Robert, the power forward, I can't remember his name. He's out for the year. That's somebody to really legitimately point at as a loss. And this team, I think we found Jamin Breakfield's best position is the 4. I think we found that Deshaun Ruffin's best position is the 2. I think we found that Matthew Murrell plays better at the 3. So we need a 2, and we need to find a big man, because Nasir Brooks, while he can have really fantastic games, he gets bullied a little bit on the inside, and teams are starting to do that over and over again. But the big run at the end of the game is something that needs to be looked at this team. BetOnline would like to wish you a happy new betting year as we continue our march to the playoffs and beyond. BetOnline remains number one spot for sports wagering since 2022. I was going to say since 2022. That doesn't make sense. New year and new updated desktop and mobile website to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use promo code LOCKEDON to get started. From football, basketball, hockey, boxing, UFC, right to your favorite Vegas casino games. Don't wait to take advantage of all the amazing offers available for 2022. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports. BetOnline, where the game starts. Anyway, thank you for making the Locked On Ole Miss podcast your first listen every day. We're free and available on all platforms, including YouTube. Do us a favor, subscribe, hit the bell, and give us an upvote as well. We'd appreciate it if you would do that. So that's what I talked about. It's really the same movie over and over again. But you look at the numbers. Matthew Murrell, 14. Nasir Brooks, 12. Jamin Breakfield, 10. Deshaun Ruffin, 9. And then after that, it falls off a cliff. Luis Rodriguez has 6. Austin Crowley, 3. Sammy Hunter, 3. Ty Fagan threw up a goose egg to this point today. And it's really something depressing to think about. It's not a good feeling. The program right now, I don't want to say it's circling the drain, but it is dysfunctional at its core right now. Now, you see injuries. I don't know if a change is going to happen, but like I said, there's a potential for an AK's last year type finish into February and into March. Because remember, it's January 22nd. We still have almost a month and a half of basketball. So much can happen. But Ole Miss is looking at 9-9, 1-5 in the SEC, with Florida Monday, with Arkansas and LSU. There's a chance for this to go south in a hurry. So just pay attention to that and understand. Now, we have a fantastic nucleus. I like Deshaun Ruffin. I like Jamin Breakfield. I like Matthew Murrell. Our 3 top 50 players are top 50 players, and they have actually flashed. It's the other players at this point. I don't know. But Jamin Breakfield around the rim he's worth the price of admission. He really is. So we will keep that at a little under 10 minutes. I know this is one of those things, like whether you want it or not, here's the post-game pod. One of these days I'm going to do this on a win. Maybe I need to wait until baseball season for that, but who knows? That was a non-contact foul. I feel bad for him. And Ole Miss is going to drop a game at Mississippi State. Mississippi State gets a win in the rivalry. This is going to be a very big deal. They're probably not going to beat Coach O. They are probably, I'm curious about baseball. I think the games this year are in Oxford. So I don't know if they're going to win that series. Ole Miss, preseason 5th in the country. Oh, by the way, if you made it this far into the video, you're a better person than I am. If you are a baseball person and want to be our baseball guy, give me a call, and we will set you up to do that. And the only requirement is you have to know more than me. If I know more than you, you can't really be our baseball guy, and that's just what it is. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Mississippi State, a big winner in this game, and Ole Miss basketball is kind of going off the rails a little bit. But the big three, I like watching the big three players, but it's the established players that have been in Kermit's system for 3 years that are struggling at the moment. The Luis Rodriguez, the Austin Croleys, the Sammy Hunters, those guys. So if Kermit stays, you have to think those three players are in line to get processed in the offseason. But yeah, they're just struggling at the moment. There's not a lot you can do. So thank you very much for tuning in. This has been the post-game pod, and of course, hotty toddy.